Welcome my friends, tonight I'll be reading Stitch Upon a Time from Lilo and Stitch from the 365 storybook collection. Let's get started. Lilo was telling Stitch a story, but as she started, he scampered away. He wanted a snack. You'd better not let Nanny hear you, warned Lilo. She thinks we went to bed. Stitch crept into the hole, lifted his big ears, and listened. No, Nanny, he whispered. Then he dashed downstairs and into the kitchen. Soda, pineapple, pickles, coleslaw, recited Stitch, peering into the fridge. Pineapple, pickle, coleslaw, sandwich. Lilo tiptoed up behind him. You can't put all that in a sandwich, she whispered into his ear. Yeah, shouted Stitch, jumping. Lilo had scared him. What is going on here? Demanded Nanny, storming into the kitchen. Stitch wants a snack, Lilo explained. It's not time for snacks, Nanny said. She shut the refrigerator and marched them both back up the stairs. It's time for bed. Story, said Stitch as he climbed into bed and held up the book. Time for story. Nanny sighed and said, Okay, all right, but it better be a short one. Goody, cried Stitch as Nanny climbed into bed too. After Nanny settled in between Lilo and Stitch, Lilo opened the book and began to read. Once upon a time there was a sad little puppy named Stitch, cried Stitch. Lilo continued, there was a sad little puppy named Stitch. He was sad because he was lost. Lilo passed the book to Nanny and said, Your turn. Then Nanny began to read. But one day he met a little girl named Lilo, whispered Lilo. Nanny smiled. He met a little girl named Lilo. Then Nanny continued reading the story until she reached the very end, and they lived happily ever after. Nanny shut the book. Ever after, murmured Stitch, closing his eyes. Ever after, echoed Lily. Nanny waited till they were both sound asleep, then headed downstairs for a snack. Maybe she'd have a pineapple pickle coleslaw sandwich. Thank you so much for listening to tonight's story. I will see you tomorrow night for the next one. Peace.